to my video blog for medical billing and coding. I'm Dr. Sloan-Kelly, and this week we're going to be talking about Modifier 25. Now, as you're going through your newsletter, you're going to notice that I did specialty-specific newsletters this week. So what I did was tone the topic directly towards what your specialty is. So I hope you liked it. I'm going to give you my email address at the end, so let me know what your thoughts are. So with Modifier 25, you know as well as I know that Modifier 25 is one of the most highly audited modifiers out there. And so I tell people all the time, as long as you know how to appropriately use the modifier and your documentation is there, you will not have a problem. So there are two scenarios where Modifier 25 come into play. The first one is primarily directed to pediatrics, OBGYN, and primary care. And that deals with when you have a well visit and a problem visit on the same date of service. So you'll have it when a patient will come in for their well visit, say, OBTW, oh, by the way, doc, I have a problem. And the doctor will work up that problem. As long as the patient's coming in with that complaint, definitely bill for the well visit and then bill for the problem with the Modifier 25. You're going to have a diagnosis code for the well visit, a separate diagnosis code for the problem visit. A lot of payers are continuing to pay for this, especially because of the mantra of quality of care, so definitely don't be afraid to go after it. The next one deals with when you have an evaluation and management or an office visit on the same day as a procedure. A lot of my clients get confused about when it's appropriate to bill for an office visit and a procedure and when it's not. I have broken it down to 3 scenarios. If it does not fit one of these 3 scenarios, it's not going to happen, okay? So number 1, if the patient comes in knowing they are going to have the procedure done, then do not bill for the office visit because the patient has already been scheduled for that procedure and had their office visit prior. Scenario number 2, if the patient comes in not knowing they're having the procedure done, so they're coming in with the chief complaint of a problem, and during that visit, during that evaluation and management, the provider found it medically necessary to do a particular procedure, then it is definitely valid to bill for the office visit and for the procedure, putting a Modifier 25 on the office visit. In this scenario, I'd say if you can get 2 different diagnosis codes, I would go for it. Makes your life a little bit easier. And then scenario number 3, and that is if the patient comes in knowing they're having the procedure done, but they have a new complaint, then yes, at that time, you definitely are valid in billing for the office visit along with the procedure and putting a Modifier 25 on the office visit. Make sure that the office visit code has a diagnosis for the problem that they're coming in complaining about, and the procedure has its own diagnosis code for why they were scheduled for and what they were scheduled for in the beginning. So I hope that those 2 broken down scenarios really help you in understanding the appropriate use of Modifier 25. Documentation is the key, making sure that you have 2 carved out notes to be able to support why you're billing for both services separately. And just go for it. Do not be afraid of billing for these services. I've included some great resources in your newsletter. As always, they are actually specialty specific, so definitely check those out. Also, be sure to look at my webinars on the side. Actually, I have good news for you guys. I will be coming to your cities live. So if you want to find out more information, you need to shoot me an email. And my email address is dreama@drsloankelly.com. Dreama, D-R-E-A-M-A. I tell everybody, dream with the A at the end, at drsloankelly.com. Well, it's been great hanging out with you again this week. Next week, I'm going to have a new topic for you. I'm not even going to give you a sneak peek yet. You guys stay warm. It's still cold here. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.